What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, for my final Donkey Kong December video, I am going to be ranking every single Donkey Kong game. That's right, everybody. This is the one video that I did back in 2020, but I feel like things have changed now. I'm ranking every single Donkey Kong game at this point. I've covered almost all of them on this whole year, which damn, that's a little crazy, huh? But yeah, now we're gonna rank all of them, including the spin-offs. No Diddy, I guess no Diddy Kong Racing. I'll have to do a video on that someday. But yeah, let's and also be counting the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series as well, since it's probably more of a Mario spin-off series, but hey, it has Donkey Kong in it, so I count it anyway. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get this started, and let's rank the Donkey Kong titles. So let's start this off with the one that started it all, Donkey Kong on the arcade. This is the one that started. I mean, what more do I need to say? You're controlling Jumpman, aka Mario. Just watch out for barrels and stuff. It's just overall a very important game in Nintendo's history. And I honestly was wondering where to rank this, because it definitely has this, because obviously years go on, you start noticing problems, but every time I boot it up, I still think it's a fine game, honestly. So I think I'm gonna put this in C tier, honestly. C tier is like, okay, but yeah, it's not a bad game at all. Definitely a point, but I can understand. It's just like so many other Donkey Kong games have done better. Next up we have is Donkey Kong 3. Oh yeah, no Donkey Kong 2 arcade because I haven't played it. I haven't played a single Game & Watch game. But yeah, Donkey Kong 3 on the arcade. I don't know how many people have actually played this. You play as Stanley the Bugman, you use the spray to spray Donkey Kong to the top, and just move on to different levels. It's a cool concept for sure, but I understand why not many people talk about this one at all. But yeah, it's a C tier. I don't really mind it. I'm kind of bad at it though, so yeah. Alright, now this one, Donkey Kong 64. This game always, and I mean always, gets flack. Mostly because of the amount of collectibles. The game takes almost 30 hours to complete, honestly. It's like one of the longest N64 games out there. So it definitely has some. I understand the criticisms with this game, but it really depending how you play it, honestly. I really don't think the game is bad, honestly. If you can get past that stuff, the game is actually kind of fun, honestly, in my opinion. I know there's annoying challenges and stuff, but I don't know. There's just something about this game that's just special to me. I'm debating whether to put this in B or A, honestly, but I think I will put this in. Alright, call me crazy, I know. A tier. It has a DK wrap anyway, so yeah, call me crazy. I really hope a new 3D Donkey Kong game happens and addresses all this and actually improves a lot. It could definitely be a lot of improvements. Don't make a Donkey Kong main theme or anything. Bring back the DK rap, because we all know it's like, like Jump Up Superstar, that type of song. You know what I mean. All right. Next up we have is Donkey Kong on the Game Boy. I have honestly wanted to try out this game, honestly, and after replaying it recently, I still think this is like my favorite game on the Game Boy, honestly. Like, it's just the Donkey Kong arcade game was spanned with new levels and new mechanics. This is just an amazing game, honestly. It's just so hasn't aged poorly in the slightest. S tier. Alright, I want to do a solo video on this game. Don't worry, y'all, this is not the last Donkey Kong video I'm making. Alright, next up we have, oh boy, DK Barrel Blast. Yeah, I made a video about this game. I think the game is just okay, honestly. It's not the worst game I played, honestly. If I wanted to go play an actual bad game, it'd be Mario Tennis Ultra Trash. But, yeah, it's just a Donkey Kong racing game. This game was actually going to be planned for the bongos, although I'm not sure if that'd be a better option than just swing your remote where your arms get tired and stuff. Yeah, that's why it's just a bit. But the only pauses I'll give is that there's still classic Kongs playable, except Chunky, I guess, RIP. And, yeah, the stages are kind of nice and the music's pretty good, so, I mean, Donkey Kong music is always going to be good, so yeah. But I'm putting this in D tier. I don't think the game is bad, it's just okay at best, honestly. Alright. This was the last Donkey Kong spin-off game, unless you count the Rabbids DLC, which is not on the list. Anyway, now we get to the actual Donkey Kong Country titles. Here we go. The original Donkey Kong Country. I mean, what more do I need to say? This was one of my first games I really wanted to try out. And yeah, I replayed this a ton, and it still holds up really well to this day, honestly. Just a fantastic 2D platformer. I just replay non-stop. S tier. I mean, what more need to say? Now, Donkey Kong Country 2, on the other hand, this one really blew my expectations. The whole pirate theme, and then you play as Dixie and Diddy. You have to help DK. No, excuse me. I'm gonna be honest. I'm going to put this... Yeah, I think you already know where this is going. SS Plus. This is like the perfect Donkey Kong title to me, honestly. It's just a fantastic adventure, honestly. Also, just the bosses. I just replay this game a ton and always have a fun time. So, yeah. Alright, Donkey Kong Country 3, which is less talked about Donkey Kong Country from my experience, but I still think the game is really good, honestly. I mean, whether if you like Kiddy Kong or not, I think the game is fine, honestly. Like, I just think there's just so much stuff. I think it's got the overabundance of gimmicks and stuff like that, which is why people are different with it. But there's still a lot of charm to have, like great music, and the bosses are kind of nice. Can be brutal though, but still, Donkey Kong Country 3 is really good. I'm still putting this in S tier. It's probably my least favorite in the SNES trilogy, but it's still very good. Now, with the one I grew up with, Donkey Kong Country Returns. This one means so much to me, honestly. Even though there's definitely a lot of problems when we compare it to the other Donkey Kong Country games, which I can't blame them, honestly. With the motion controls, if you get past the motion controls, it's not that bad, honestly. I'm pretty adept with the Tikis. The level design is pretty cool, honestly, even though it's difficult. But yeah, not much what you say. And the best part, DK punching the moon out of orbit. So yeah, S tier, honestly, because this game still means a lot to me. I don't know if it's my least favorite Donkey Kong game, honestly. It's really hard, honestly, but still. And now, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. If you say this is your favorite Donkey Kong game, I honestly wouldn't disagree with you, to be honest. Like, this game is basically Returns, but does so much better, honestly, with multiple playable characters. You can have multiple characters, different level designs. Overall, it's a fantastic 2D platformer. If you say this is your favorite Donkey Kong game, I will not disagree with you. I think my only problem with the game is the air meter with the swing, but that's a minor complaint. It's still an S tier. Only very, very close second for my favorite Donkey Kong game. Hopefully we get a new Donkey Kong game, because goddamn, it's been almost 9 years now. Alright. Next up, DK Jungle Climber, which is a DS game that I don't think many of y'all have ever played. This is we're gonna talk about that in a bit. It's like Clue Land controls, kinda. You grab stuff with DK and you gotta be careful. It's honestly not too bad, honestly. But there's just other DK games that are better. I'll put this in B tier, though. I'll give it credit for the temp, honestly. The music's kind of nice, though, especially King K. Rool's theme. Alright, next up is Donkey Kong Jr. I hated this game originally. Like, I just wanted to... Ugh, it's just really brutal. But honestly, I think the game is fine, honestly. Same tier as the arcade titles, to be honest. You play as DK Jr., you have to help Donkey Kong, or could be Cranky Kong, from Mario. Well, Mario kidnapped him. And now we have DK King of Swing, which is kind of just Jungle Climber, but downgrade. The art style is very nice, though, and I probably prefer that over Jungle Climber, but that's really the only thing I like over Jungle Climber, really. The level design is just very brutal. You only have 1 health. Man, I wasn't a fan of this game. Not bad, just okay. D tier. Now we have the Donkey Kong Land Trilogy. Here we go. First off, the original Donkey Kong Land. I mean, it's just Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy. There's a lot that does right with this, so I'm definitely going to put this in A tier for sure. I definitely think there's definitely a lot done right, but I just rather play this SNES Country. But the land games are very good, though. Next up is Donkey Kong Land 2. Same thing with Donkey Kong Country 2. It's just a lot of pirate theme and stuff like that. Overall, pretty nice, but I don't replay this often. But I'm gonna put this in S tier anyway. And last but not least, being Donkey Kong Land 3 with the whole time trial mechanic. It's definitely a cool concept for sure. So I'm gonna put this in A tier. It's the same concept of Donkey Country 3 and stuff. So yeah. All right, that's my breaking of the land games. We're almost there. Next up, Donkey Konga. This is a very interesting game, to say the least. A different set of 2 games, or 3, depending on where you live. This is just Donkey Kong using his bongos to listen to actual music you will hear in real life. It's an interesting concept. I thought it was pretty stupid back then, but I don't know. I kind of unironically like it. It was definitely the downfall of Donkey Kong from what I heard, but I still think it was fine. Thankfully, we got Donkey Country Returns. I'm gonna put both of these in, like... Okay, I'm gonna put both of these in, like, C, honestly. But unironically, I probably put it in B. But I'm gonna put these, like, right here. I'm basing this off on the reputation, by the way. The games alone will be in B, honestly. But I don't think they're bad. Next up we have is Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, which of all the Donkey Kong spin-off type games, I guess if you want to count that, this is easily the best one. This one, like, very blew my expectations. It's DK, like, beating the crap out of enemies and bosses and stuff. I think the only problem is the repeats of bosses. Other than that, though, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat is very good, surprisingly. Definitely a top-tier Donkey Kong title, for sure. Next up, we have, okay, now we get to the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. First, starting us off with the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong game. This is definitely a very good time. I think my only problem is the difficulty, honestly. A lot of unfair stuff and all that. But it's still a very charming game, in my opinion. So I'm going to put this in S tier, honestly. Because I really love this game, honestly. It's just basically Donkey Kong. Actually, I might put it in A, honestly. Because I think A is pretty good, honestly. It's just Donkey Kong 94. I think I probably prefer Donkey Kong 94. Mario vs. DK is good. Play both of these games. They're very good. Alright, next up we have is Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2. I did actually grow up with this game as a kid, honestly. I am surprising. I'm probably one of those few people that actually grew up with these games. But, yeah, this game is just fine, honestly. I don't know. You control many Marios. I don't know. It's just not the type of style for me for some reason. But it's alright. B tier, I guess. Next up we have is Mario vs. Donkey Kong March of the Minis. This is a DSiWare game. I mean, who played this, honestly? Just come on. It's just a downgrade of the second game. That's all it is. Okay, maybe D tier, honestly. Not gonna put that. Yeah. Bottom. Alright, next up is Mario vs. Donkey Kong Miniland Mania. Now, this is probably nostalgia talking, but I really like this game, honestly. The concept's pretty good. It's like Lemmings, pretty much Lemmings, but... honestly, I kind of like the concept. A tier. Alright, next up, Mario vs. Donkey Kong Minis on the Move. This is a very interesting concept in Mario vs. DK. Tried something a little bit different. Different levels and stuff. Nice small little eShop type game, honestly. So, yeah. I'm not sure if it's an A tier or B tier, to be honest. But I'll probably put it in B. I think the game is pretty cool. I'm not sure if I go back to it. And last, but certainly not least, Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. I bet y'all are unaware of my opinion on this, but... this game was a huge disappointment for me, honestly. I was actually pretty interested in the game, too, but I guess releasing around 2015, where we had hit-or-miss games in the Wii U era, yeah, I probably should have saw this coming. It's just Miniland Mania, a downgrade of Miniland Mania. There's no bosses, nothing cool about this game. It's just very disappointing, honestly. So, I don't really care what y'all say. If you like this game, more power to you, but this is just disappointing. F. And that's every Donkey Kong game ranked. I saved the big DK video for last because why wouldn't I? Thank you guys for watching, everyone. If you played any Donkey Kong games, which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Happy Donkey Kong December. Later, folks.